Hello everybody, my name is Eini Aho and I am a history, social studies and ethics teacher and career counselor from Finland here in VFIS. So I'm so happy to be part of this happiness podcast. Such a wonderful topic coming from what they say the happiest country in the world. So yeah, I hope that we can be happy on many days of the year, even though sometimes we also, of course, have difficult parts. But let's focus on the positive things. Well, I think for me, happiness is about being content with your life. And of course, for that, you need some basic things like other people supporting you around you, security, safety. But then it's also about the mindset of seeing the positive things. Yeah, well, first of all, I think what makes Finland uniquely happy and nice is what I call a circle of trust. People tend to trust each other, help each other, and this, of course, makes life really nice. And this mindset, I think we have also here in VFIS, which is wonderful. And my personal kind of secret of way of mind for happiness is to focus on kind of positive and new solutions, because we all sometimes get also some difficult situations. It's life. We don't always get the perfect outcome straight away. So don't dwell on those negative feelings, but come up with ideas on how to move forward. And you can do this with help with other people. You don't have to do it alone. Well, I would say my normal happy day in both countries would be in the morning I have a little bit of coffee and a nice moment to just check what's going on in the world. And then a lot of the happiness comes from people. So at school, working with lovely colleagues, the students, obviously I really enjoy working with the teenagers, so they bring me a lot of happiness, even though sometimes, of course, we might have also difficult moments. That's how life goes. But mostly it brings so much happiness to me. And then after work, maybe going to nature or doing a little bit of exercise, spending time with nice people. So it's like combination of happiness from people and then like nice activities. And then of course the happy day can be sometimes something special like celebration or traveling. But the traditional happy day is just enjoying the work and people around you and nice activities. I think you don't always need to be, and nobody can always be joyful. You should kind of focus on positive and find the resilience to also overcome the difficult moments, but you don't have to be always joyful. It's life to always also have sometimes the more difficult moments. Well, for me, like I said, the most important is, well, first of all, that you don't need to do it alone. Trust the people around you. Ask for help. That's one thing. And then not to dwell on the sad moment too much. You can be sad for some time. That's totally okay. But to start thinking of what are the possible solutions. And then if it's difficult to find the solution, ask for help and support. So these two, the support from other people and thinking of solutions instead of just staying in the sad moments for too long anyway. Yes, so by sisu means like resilience, or more or less. Vietnam and Finland have it in common as well that also in our history, not everything has been only happy times. We've had also some difficult moments, but then we have a strength to move past them, to think of how we can overcome the obstacles. And of course, this can happen in smaller scales, the resilience and sisu, for example, in school. Let's say in our students, they find some subject very difficult, but we think of like, what are the ways to learn it better, to get the good outcome, and then to get this way of sisu and resilience, you come to the as good results as you can with help with others. So I think sisu does help, both in larger scale and in smaller scale. And we can bring it here as well, and I think we have. Well, then, of course, we all are busy sometimes, but maybe think of, like I said, the small moments of the happiness. So even if you're busy with work, with bringing up your children, paying your bills, it can be the small happy moments of, for example, in your family spending a nice dinner with your children, asking how they're doing. They share a nice story from the day. So focus on those happy moments, even though if you were busy. I don't think in any country there is at the moment a subject with that name, but for example in Finland we are more and more spending time having some lessons to teach, for example, about social skills, emotional skills, and having these kind of skills and strength can help you see happiness. I know that in some lessons, for example, the teacher might focus on like how to see the good. Think of what was good, what was positive. So there is no subject with this name, but kind of we have a tendency to support this and even in a way teach this in Finnish schools. Yes, well, first of all, in a large scale, having a Finnish school, it means that we focus on supporting the students. So we have the special education department. We teach about skills for life. So all of these are creating happiness in a large scale. Of course, we still have moments when it's tough and difficult, and it should be life. It's not always only joy, but we have these competencies and it helps. And I would say it's often happens. It might, for example, be that the student is feeling what we study in English, and English is not the first language of most of our students. So it might, for example, be that many students might be a little bit nervous of like, okay, I have to do a presentation in English. Oh no, is it going to go okay? Am I going to make mistakes? What should I do? And then we spend time bringing a good atmosphere in the classroom, so the other students are supporting, saying, no worries, we will help you if you forget. And of course the teacher is also supporting, saying, okay, here, but you have these strengths, you know these and these things. So to help, and usually, even though being first nervous in the beginning, in the end it's a positive experience, even with this kind of learning, with this kind of situation of being nervous, when the students realize that, oh, I did do well enough. Okay, I forgot one word, but people were supporting me. So then they become more aware of their skills, and even this kind of little bit difficult moments can become the happy moments in the end to overcome the stressful moments. Well, I teach many subjects, so of course they have a little bit different ways of thinking, but let's say in ethics, for example, we do think like what's important in life, and to be able to value different things of life, this can help you become happy and content. And like I was describing before, the social skills, the emotional skills, seeing kind of the good, I think these are some ways to be happy. But of course, we can teach happiness, I think, in all subjects by the aspect of, even though we push the students and make them to study harder and aim at the maximum results, we kind of want to focus on strengths and seeing like the good, like, okay, for example, your skill is social skills. Okay, so this calculating at the moment it's difficult, but you can, for example, practice with team. So like focusing on seeing the good and positive, and this usually creates motivation and helps them to aim higher. I think happy school is somewhere where everybody is accepted. Everybody can be themselves. We focus on good behavior, good social skills, and we focus on finding the strengths and skills and motivation. But I think one like key factor in how in Finland we see a good happy school is like including everybody and supporting them to find their best outcomes. The student who can find their skills and strengths, so the student, and this doesn't mean it's not realistic, and it's not even a goal that the student is just laughing all day in a school that's not how working life would be either. So we have to also have moments when it can be a little bit boring, a little bit challenges. But the key is that we help them to find the motivation, and we help them to see their strengths and skills so that they can also get through the more difficult moments. So the happy students sees their potential and has motivation and finds their skills. Yes, I do think that this is a happy school and happy students. Like I said, it doesn't mean that every single lesson is pure joy. That's not even the goal, because life has also difficult moments, and we have to challenge and practice for those moments. But I think it's a happy school in a way that first of all our students, they are so polite, friendly, well-mannered. They support each other. It's joy seeing how they work together, and also I enjoy the collaboration with among the staff. So I think our school is a pretty happy school, so we can be proud of ourselves. Yeah. Yes, happiness does affect your learning. So again, it doesn't mean that we have to be always like if the students say, I'm a little bit bored, it doesn't mean that, okay, let's have like watch fun videos. That's not the case how we do it. But motivation, for example, is so important. So to help the students find the motivation to study, to do their best, that is so important. So even when the student is tired, some task which feels a little bit boring, we help them to find the motivation to do their best in that. And that is a way of also happiness, and also the collaboration with other people. That's very important. So that's also creating the happiness. So I think happiness is important part of the learning, even though it doesn't have to be super fun all the time. Well, one thing is that we listen. We try to find out what is the problem. Then we remind that, okay, now this is an important task. Try to help to find the motivation of like what are maybe the things that are already going well. Why is it important to reach the high results? Why is this important? So listen and explain the things to the students. And then sometimes just to remind that, okay, for example, now we have the midterm exams coming, so remind that, okay, now which is just really important to study. So sometimes the motivation can come, for example, these kind of practical things as well. So yeah, help them. And sometimes it can also be the motivation, lack of motivation can come for it being too difficult to offer, so offer more support. So differentiation, sometimes give like easier task to begin with, or offer support from extra support. So that can also bring the motivation back when the student gets first hang of things, and then it's easier to build the skills even further. Yes, I think we all work together. So the school offers the structures and support system. So not only teachers, staff in general, school nurse, everybody, everybody is working together to have the good structures for the student to have a good learning experience and a safe learning environment. And the teachers are here to find each student's strengths, to motivate, to differentiate, to also make the students aim high, but support them individually. And of course we work with homes. So the parents, of course the parents' role is so important. They are there to support their students, their children, also of course making sure that they challenge themselves to find the balance. So the balance between studying hard, also spending time with friends, doing sports, because these are also helping with happiness and also helping with better learning results actually when you have balance in life. So together we work on the balanced good learning results and motivated happy students and their welfare. Last but not least, I would like to say now that we celebrate the Happiness Day, that each of us, we should think of what is good in our lives, focus on positive things, but also dream of what can become even better. And if these dreams maybe are big, also rely on other people. So ask help from others, also support others and offer your help. And these kind of ways we can be happy with what we already have and dream even bigger dreams and happier life in the future. Thank you everybody so much for listening this podcast, and happy World Happiness Day to everybody wherever you are listening this.